A flying squirrel has the power to glide 300 feet through the air. Despite its name, a flying squirrel doesn't fly the same way a bird or a bat flies. Instead, flying squirrels are animals that glide or drift through the air. These omnivores eat insects, mushrooms, flowers, and, of course, nuts. Flying squirrels are nocturnal animals and search for food at night. They can change direction by 180 degrees when gliding through the air. These squirrels can gather and store up to 15,000 nuts in one season. The 50-plus types of flying squirrels are in a group known to scientists as Pteromyini. The extremely large eyes of these small rodents allow light to pour in so they can see at night. These squirrels live in Europe, Asia, North America, Mexico, and Central America. The official conservation status of these squirrels is least concern. These squirrels have a light coat of brown fur on their back and white fur on their stomach. Some types of squirrels have small differences in fur color. For instance, the southern flying squirrel has all white fur on its stomach while a northern flying squirrel has belly fur that's white at the tip and darker near the skin. The most notable feature of all of these squirrels is a pair of large, dark eyes. Their eyes let a lot of light in, which helps these animals to see their surroundings as they hunt at night. These squirrels have a flat tail, 4 small feet, and long whiskers. Their whiskers help them to avoid running into objects while hunting at night. Like their cousin, the ground squirrel, they have sharp teeth they use to cut into black walnuts and other types of nuts. Adult squirrels have a body measuring 9 to 14 inches long with a tail of about 4 inches. They weigh from 2 to 8 ounces. For reference, a 14-inch long squirrel is almost as long as a bowling pin. Furthermore, a squirrel that weighs 8 ounces is as big as an adult hamster. The largest species is the red and white giant flying squirrel. It has a 23-inch long body with a tail measuring about 24 inches. Also, this squirrel weighs around 10 pounds. Alternatively, the Japanese dwarf flying squirrel is one of the smallest types of these squirrels. It grows to be just 7 inches long including its tail and weighs around 5 ounces. These squirrels have a membrane or fold of skin called a patagium. This membrane spreads out on both sides of the squirrel's body, allowing it to glide between tree branches. If you look up at a flying squirrel moving from tree to tree, the membrane takes the shape of a square. Though these squirrels can glide a distance of 300 feet, the average gliding distance is 65 feet. To get a better mental picture, when a flying squirrel glides 300 feet, it is traveling about as far as the Statue of Liberty is tall, not including the base it is on. A squirrel that glides 65 feet is traveling a distance equal to the length of 3 adult giraffes. These squirrels spend most of their time in trees as a way to stay safe from predators. When they do walk on the ground level, they are clumsy and will hide from a predator as opposed to trying to run away. Adult and young squirrels live in nests with about 8 other squirrels. These small squirrels are not aggressive and are rarely seen, mostly because they are active late at night. These squirrels live in Europe, Asia, North America, Mexico, and Central America. They live in deciduous and coniferous forests high up in the trees. A group of these squirrels may live in a nest that's been left behind by a large bird or in a woodpecker's hole in a tree. These squirrels stay in trees most of the time because they are more vulnerable to predators when they go to ground level. These squirrels communicate with one another by letting out high-pitched chirping sounds as they glide through the trees. These chirps can be used to warn other flying squirrels of danger or to recognize members of a group. This is a quality they share with ground squirrels. which have a complicated system of chirps and barks they use to communicate with one another. Northern, southern, and all other species of flying squirrels like to stay warm. So, if the weather gets really cold in the wintertime, they survive by huddling with other squirrels inside a tree or in a nest to keep warm. Just imagine 8 little Japanese dwarf flying squirrels huddled in a tree together. What do these squirrels eat? These animals are omnivores and eat insects, flowers, bird eggs, nuts, fungus, and fruit. They have a varied diet and will eat whatever food source is most plentiful within their habitat. A flying squirrel eats about 10 grams of food per day. This amount of food weighs a little less than a AAA battery you may put in an alarm clock.